Starting off with our first DIY treat, you are going to need some chocolate chip cookies, or really any cookies. These are the ones that would probably work the best because they are nice and soft and you can cut them really nicely. Of course, you can make them yourself, but I just went ahead and bought some at the store. And you're also going to need some red icing. Once you have the cookie cut in half, take the red icing and line the circular part of the cookie just on the outside, and then place your mini marshmallows along the icing. And then after that, all you have to do is take the red icing again and do the same thing on the other side, but don't do the marshmallows. And then I found these, I guess they're almond shavings. They actually come already cut, but of course you can just cut regular almonds yourself if that's easier. And those are going to be the teeth. So go ahead and count in, or kind of flip it over and see where they should naturally go, and just stick them into the icing before it hardens. I definitely recommend doing this step very last because you want the almond to hang out of the cookie so it looks like a fang and it is different than the marshmallow teeth, if that makes sense. So go ahead and complete that step and then just place them onto a tray, and they're pretty much good to go right away. The icing does harden if you leave it for a bit, so it all stays really well together. And here's just another look at the process, and I did end up doing one of the cookies where I put the almond in before I closed the cookie, and it just didn't work. So definitely recommend doing that on the last step and doing it once the cookie is sandwiched together. But overall, that is it. It is super inexpensive. It literally took like 5 minutes, and you can get all the ingredients at the grocery store pretty last minute. So if you want to bring something into your office that's like a sweet treat for Halloween that isn't candy, this is probably a really good option. And like I said, they are very sweet, but they're pretty tasty too. For the next Halloween treat, you are going to need some white candy melts, some candy eyeballs, and some pretzels. So first thing you want to do is obviously melt down your candy. I stick that into the microwave in a microwave safe bowl with some coconut oil for about a couple minutes, keeping an eye on it and stirring it occasionally. Once that is all melted and stirred out nicely, you can take the pretzel and with a spoon just kind of plop it in, cover it completely, and then place it on a tray that is covered in parchment paper because you don't want it to stick. And that is pretty much all you have to do. This is pretty simple, and I'm sure you guys have seen this in videos before, but we are making ghost pretzel things, like chocolate covered pretzel ghost things. So once you have them all coated in the chocolate and on the paper, you can take the little eyeballs and stick those on. I definitely found this a little difficult with my actual fingers, so I went and found my tweezers and cleaned them off and then used that because they are very small. And yeah, this seemed to work pretty well. But that is basically all you have to do. Stick that into the freezer for about an hour or so, just so the chocolate hardens, and they are good to serve. Again, if you're looking for another thing to serve at a Halloween party, this is a nice option. It doesn't take too long. I mean, putting on the eyeballs precisely is a little bit time consuming, but overall it's not too bad. And again, it's pretty inexpensive because you can buy a lot of these things in the bulk section, except for the candy eyes. And then our last one is going to be for some classic Halloween bark. So again, taking some candy melt and melting those down in the microwave with coconut oil until it's all, very smooth and stuff. And then on a tray with parchment paper, I'm spreading out the chocolate and just making it even and kind of like spreading it out so it's like roundish. You kind of just want to make it into a nice shape. I mean, you're going to cut it up after anyway, but getting it really even will help the bark stay nice with all the ingredients on it. So after that, and once the chocolate has kind of set, I do like to shake it out to smooth everything so it's a flat surface and it's not like bumpy or has bubbles. And then I just went ahead and placed in a bunch of candy. So I started off with classic candy corn, placed those kind of wherever, and then I moved on to some Smarties, which we call them Smarties here. You guys might call them, I don't know. You guys don't have Smarties. You guys have Rockets that are Smarties, which is so bizarre. Smarties, if you don't know, are basically like M&M's. So it's a chocolate-filled candy. So I took the orange one of those and placed those onto the bark. Now you can get totally creative with this, and if you're doing a big batch, you can add full candy bars in this and different things like that, even pretzels. I wanted to keep mine simple because it is a smaller version, so I just took those candies, some chocolate chips, possibly add some marshmallows, but my favorite part is the sprinkles. So I went ahead and just added in some Halloween themed sprinkles, which was really cute, just to kind of fill the space. They kind of look like bugs in my opinion, so it definitely worked out. This is like a swampy type of Halloween bark because of the color. And then I did finish off with a couple more of those candy eyeballs just because it looks like there's little creatures coming out of the swamp. If that makes sense. It's kind of cute and also kind of creepy. So once that is all set, you can stick that into the freezer or the fridge and let that harden. And then once it is completely hard, you can take a sharp knife and just kind of chop it up in big sections and then place that onto a tray to serve. And there you have it, friends. 3 super easy DIY Halloween treats for this season. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to come back tomorrow for another video in my Halloweek series. And if you've missed the first 2, I will have them linked down below. I love you guys, and I will chat with you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye!